Always call my line, falling for reasons. I deserve peace. I deserve peace. Give me a heart for the season.
But like, I feel like with this album, it's like the most personal that I've been. Like with Heart of Greed, I got really deep and into detail, but I think it was more about like situations and whatnot that like I really like dealt with, but I don't know if I really ever touched on what I felt, during those situations and whatnot. But I feel like with this album, like I'm telling you stories, but I'm also telling you how I feel, you know?
So what's your meaning behind like all this album, everything like?
Fear, fear of like releasing music, fear of creating music, fear of just putting some shit out and it not working. Cause, like growing up playing football, I was in the gym every fucking day. I was on the fields every day. I was running hills. I was doing everything I can to make football, and it didn't like work out for me the way that I wanted it to. And but in a way that was kind of a blessing because failing in something that I loved so much led me to music, and it gave me like an outlet. But it's kind of crazy because like my fear of failure isn't something that like stops me. I feel like it drives me. I'm so scared to fail that I won't fail. I will do everything I can to make sure that I don't. And it's hard to like get at that. But that's just mainly what kind of like scares me is between just releasing music and creating it and putting it out. It's a scary feeling, because I'm not making certain like party type of songs. Like it's about my life. So like when I break down or when I open up to people that I don't even know, my music's just out there to be judged, and they don't know me, so like they don't know exactly what's going on in this, that, and the third. So but like that's mainly what I'm trying to get at. It's just fear in general, not letting it stop you.
Tell me it's worth it, I get better every day. Write out these raps as I'm filling my resume. No 9 to 5 is impressing me. My dream isn't reaching, I'm needing it every way. Protect my peace with a piece, and that bitch is a heavyweight. Too focused on accolades, find a new avenue. Check out the way that we elevate. The way that don't tell me to God, I find none of that shit entertaining. Don't hit up no bars or no club. Spending my Saturdays filming, I spin back to crib, and I'm spending my time with my love.
What exactly do you feel like you accomplished?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't necessarily done a lot, but when it comes down to personal accomplishments, I kind of like to see it as effort. Maybe I don't have the accolades or the things that I want now, but I have the effort. A lot of people are just even scared to just try, so, or they just give up so fucking easily. And maybe I take pride in just being so headstrong and just putting maximum effort as much as I can.
Where do you feel like Alex and Corta align, and do you differentiate any of the success between them?
I don't know. I feel like maybe we're one and the same. Like part of me used to try to keep everything in my life separate. So when I, relationship, friends, music, everything, I wanted barriers. And I didn't want to mix or intertwine everything because I felt like maybe that's how things become messy. But honestly, I feel like I put so much of my soul and my heart into music that it's all one and the same. Like, who I am on the mic is no different than who I am in my personal life. I mean, I don't really rap about anything that I don't do in my personal life. So when I get some of these accomplishments, like hundreds of thousands of streams or followers or new fans or this, that, and the third, like, maybe maybe there's a bit of pride and ego in what I do, and sometimes it flashes in, you know, my personal life, and that's just something that I think I need to find a way to dial back from, because in the end none of it really just fucking matters. So yeah, I guess I don't really differentiate them. I'm more of just me.
Do you feel like you hold yourself back from celebrating? Why? Why do you? If you do feel like that, then why?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, you know, sometimes I get a little overboard and whatnot. But I try to hold back from celebrating things, because for most time I feel like I haven't done shit. I try to tell myself so I can remain hungry, but like, you know, there's times when, like, you know, I feel on top of the world. You know, like I did a whole and signed a distribution deal, and I felt like I was him. You know, like, and I started kind of coasting for a long time, and feeling like what I was doing was starting to hit that peak, when in all actuality, when that honeymoon period of what I felt like I accomplished, when that was over, I kind of felt like, well, fuck, like, what did I really accomplish? And then I was just kind of spiraling, not out of control, but spiraling down like a barrel of like emotions and stuff like that, of, you know, just everything.
What is something that you overcame and you feel like deserves more recognition from yourself?
Persistence and ambition. I mean, I feel like in today's climate, with how fucked up everything seems to be, like, it's so easy to give up and pivot and do something else. It's so easy to feel like it's never gonna work out and it's never this, but like, I'm still here. Every day I'm getting better. Every day I'm mentally stronger. Every day there's just more and more stuff of, you know, what I really want to do and whatnot. So it's just absolutely, I don't know. I'm just proud of who I am and what I'm becoming, and I'm proud of the fact that I never quit and I never gave up.
I done been through hell and back, don't ask me what I been through, bitch. Yes, I seen that text, I ain't reply, but I was fin to, bitch. Please get off my line with all that bullshit, ain't got time for this. Mama said I got an attitude, I need to fix it quick. Around me, shit, I barely trust a soul. I'm getting over all my issues. I'm getting old, no fucks to give. I share resentment with you. Go pick a poke, slide it back and see who really miss you. Tired of being slept on, I'm doubted, but proving I'm wrong. And fucking, I'm out for revenge. Music still dropping, I don't give a fuck about numbers. I do it and do it again. The shit that I don't give a fuck about numbers. I do it and do it again. The shit that I gotta possess, I send a wake up. I struggle to appreciate. Now I'm I've been dreaming about. Yeah, I look around, but this music is what I'm finding out. Want a fruitful life, but does that mean my heart or bank account? Just a boy sleeping on my brother's flow. I remember writing songs, thinking how this world would go. Looking at my idol, swearing one day I'm looking at my bro while I'm leading the league. I'm topping the charts like a Stockton assist. Heard that little buddy was sending a diss. He took him a shot and that shot was gon' miss. Effortless with it, the flow moving natural. Ain't gotta be trying, I do it for real. But alright, so I'm gonna break down the album just real quick. I'm not gonna take too long, and then we're gonna play this bitch. I might do like a little bit of like a stopping point at the half point of the album. Yeah, so basically the whole story behind this album, the title is called Euphoria. So basically, after my last album, that album was about, you know, a tendency of just grief, you know, achieving certain things and, you know, reaching new levels that I never thought I would reach, but still never being fully happy or satisfied with myself. That was a real big issue for me because I felt lost for a long time. But I wanted to reach a place of euphoria, and starting out the album, I feel like euphoria is a feeling, but it's not. It's a place for me. You know, like a lot of times, like, you know, throughout some of the album, what I try to relate it to is drug use and drug addiction, which a lot of times people cope with some of the worst shit through drugs, right? But for me, it's music. And eventually, when I get to this end point of the album at the final song, I finally make it to euphoria, and that place of euphoria is just making the music.
not the deals that we have signed or have been offered. It's not the hundreds of thousands of streams that we pulled in. It's none of that. None of that really matters at the end of the day because I chased all of that and I was never happy, ever. So that's what this album is. It's about passion and loving what you do. So I hope that some of y'all can take something away from it. Through the first half of the album, it's a little bit slower because it's me on a journey and figuring out what Euphoria is to begin with. But the second half is me actually going there. But there's also a lot of personal things that I have to get over in the first half of the project. So, with that being said, I will play this bitch and let's see how we like it. So, here's the intro.
Trying to figure out what you really even asking me. Do I need to be perfect? If not, would you just laugh at me? Rise to my occasion. If I don't, then it look bad for me. I'll be planning to move with the purpose and shit. Get too hard to revenge on my loss. Focus on being accountable. I can't be blaming nobody on what I ain't earned. Slightly impatient, but learning that everyone get it. They shot when I'm.
Alright, we got one more song left. It's called On My Way to Hollywood. Is that each different verse is me at a different age. You know, the very first verse of what you hear is me when I first started making music and why I started making music between, you know, football and getting out of that shit and really just getting into rap. The next one is me during COVID. And this is, this is when I really started, like, getting into what I was doing. But every verse is defined by a feeling or an emotion. And, you know, the first verse is just me. So there's really not too much emotion because I'm starting. But that second verse, it's fear. You know, that's me during COVID. I'm about to drop my first project. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, like I was honestly shit. You know what I mean? But like,
I got hella acting. I just got made.
You got long ass shit that
I talk about everything there. You know, from that 2020 period of COVID to like the very beginning of 2021, right when I'm about to graduate. About where I am and just how scared I am to even just follow my dreams, to where I meet my soon-to-be wife, Maria. So, alright, and then verse 3, like this is important that y'all know going into all these verses. Verse 3 is about pride, and my dog right here, most of it's about me and him. Not against each other, but the shit that we were getting into around this time, you know, a lot of negative stuff. And then eventually I get to a point where, you know, you'll hear another beat switch, and it's 2023. I am living with my grandma, and I'm kind of like explaining from there to where I am at now. So there's another beat switch after that, and then it's me now. But you'll hear it, trust me, every beat, every sample, it has a point. One of the little things that y'all will know, or if somebody, you know, if y'all listen to my old projects, which please don't listen to them, they're fucking ass.
We got you the hard one. Come on.
So,
what's the motive? What's the plan?
Oh,
everybody's little fact is that in every beat switch, there is a sample from that time period that I used on a project around that time. Luckily, I was able to get them cleared. But so, you know, on top of me rapping from that perspective, it's a sample, it's a beat from that time that I made. So like, it's literally me going back and rapping from that. Like I said, the song's long, and this was the longest song that I've ever spent my time on because it means a lot to me, especially towards the end. I was crying when I was writing this shit. It was fucked up, right? But yeah, this song means the world to me. I think this is the best song that I've ever written. You know, bar-wise, flow, my story, just everything. So if you don't know me now, or if you don't know me personally, I promise you this song will probably make you uncomfortable without me. How's everyone feeling about the album?
Backpedaling, coach telling me get my knees jumping. Been waiting on the better things, praying for some progress, and I know this bitch will pedaling. I don't know how much I can take. I'm living with my grandma, shit feeling like in a. Now we made it to Euphoria, I hope you see it. Now we made it to Euphoria, I hope you see it. Now you can find comfort 'cause you made it to Euphoria.
With this project is, you know, there was one time, it was like 2 years ago, I remember calling Gabe. It was like fucking 7, 8 in the morning, and I was listening to Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole. And I remember just listening, I'm like, how the fuck did he make this? Like, genuinely, like, how the fuck do you make something like this? And with this album, I didn't give a fuck about, oh, I hope this does a million, I hope, you know, this blows up. I didn't care about none of that. Every single song has a meaning to it, and it means a lot to me. Every single one, every single bar. And I just wanted to make something that's a classic to me. You know, whether it's a classic to the world, that's cool. So, you know, people can make that decision. But I wanted to make something that fulfilled me. So, like, if I die today and I never release another album, I will be happy. I fucking love this project. So, yes, I thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all so much.
How do you, my boy?